Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today I have with me a 2022 Acura TLX A-spec. This car actually very much impressed me. Working at BMW, you get very used to just the German style of doing things, and it's very rare that I have a car that's not a BMW that actually excites me. This thing has the super handling all-wheel drive package, so it actually corners really well. I was driving this thing to my house to let my dog out before recording this video, and took a corner with a little bit of gumption, and she actually grips like she's on rails. 272 horsepower, 5.9 seconds 0 to 60, and really attractive styling, honestly. I had driven the 2017 model of this as a trade-in, and I had just written this car off entirely. After driving this thing, I'm really impressed. You've got this really neat looking kind of like Acura badge in here, which I think is probably your radar sensor, which is what BMW does whenever they make these flat panels. The headlights are very aggressively kind of styled, and then I really like these body lines that just pin straight through the hood. It has like an old school Acura vibe without really feeling old. The air curtains are really nifty, and honestly the whole front of this car is very aggressive. It's a 4-cylinder, so you get really good fuel economy. I believe it's probably going to be in that 30 mile per gallon range. The interior quality is great, and it's got a good sound system too. Oh no. Here we go. Didn't rehearse that, so you didn't see that. Underneath the hood, you've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, which is honestly all that you really need. The 0 to 60 time, you don't notice it that bad. 5.9 seconds a couple years ago was really fast, and for a price of only $42,000, you're getting a lot of car for your money. The original MSRP on this thing was about $49,000. I think it's like 48 and change. And I mean, for the money, you really can't beat it. Let's come on around to the back of the vehicle. This one does come with all-weather mats, so I'm gonna have to chuck those out of the way. On the back side, you've got this really attractive looking rear spoiler with your it's just like very seamlessly integrated. It's got like a nice bevel to it, so it really kind of stands out and has a very attractive back end. You also have these semi like hexagonal style exhaust tips, which look really aggressive and not too standoffish. If you threw this thing with some wheels on it, like my camera girl and I were talking about, like if you did the like some bronze wheels or something kind of neat and then lowered this thing a little bit, this thing would have a really nice stance to it. Maybe black out the exhaust tips. And my favorite thing about the trunk is the integration of the button just straight into the light. You don't see it, but it's nifty. And you don't really have a lot of buttons for trunks, and I like anything that's a little bit unique. Let's see how this goes. Oh, don't turn off the microphone. There we go. Let's see, how is it for escape rating? Oh, it's got a pull tab, so you can even close yourself in there. All right, and then just got a nifty little button. I would rate the trunk for a mid-size sedan, I would say is like a 7.2, which isn't bad. So maybe it's higher than that, 7.6. Not bad at all. The fact you can close yourself in it is really nice. The backup camera is also seamlessly integrated into the logo back here, so that's kind of neat. It's like hidden without being right in your face. I love Shy-Tech integration inside of cars. The speaker outlines are kind of nifty. As I mentioned, the sound system's not bad. It looks like this is the ELS Studio 3D sound. I don't know if this is the upgraded sound, but let's get you guys a little startup on this thing too. Not too crazy. It's a 4-cylinder, so what you're gonna expect, but the paddle shifters, very percussive. They don't feel cheap, and they're not in your way. The steering wheel is leather wrapped, which does feel really nice, and you've got this nice flat bottom since it's the A-spec as well, so it's gonna it feels very pointed whenever you're driving this thing, and the handling of how it dives into corners is really nice. Ventilated and heated seats, which is sick for under $50,000. And whenever you throw this thing into sport mode, you get this little cool animation that pops up on the screen. I'll show you that a little bit more in the driving section of the car. But that kind of is the exterior review. Let's go see how this thing drives. Goodness gracious, for a 4-cylinder, man, it's got a nice little sound to it. I quite enjoy, that was in normal mode too. If I had that thing in sport, it would have dropped down. I love that animation that pops up on the dash. It's so fun and fresh. It just feels like you're actually driving like a kind of like niche little hipster car. The interior of this thing is quiet, Oh, we got the radio going. I like that the radio controls are placed down by the center. You've got this nice little tray area. The infotainment's easy to use and it slides around easy. It doesn't have any confusing mouse. You just got a nice little trackpad. Press the home button, it takes you right back to your main thing. You've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is all that you really need for a nice car nowadays. You've also got radar assisted cruise control with lane keep assist. $48,000 this thing cost when it was brand new, and it's got all of those great features. Like, Acura seems like they're really starting to bring the heat, and I would be shocked if they don't kind of start really bringing the heat for BMW here in a couple years. Like, they are just really trying to focus on everything. With the new Acura Integra Type S that they just came out with, 315 horsepower with a manual transmission, like, you can't beat it. That's just so cool. And as cars continue to get more and more expensive, the value proposition for non-true, like, German luxury brands, like, really starts to get better and better. This thing for 42 grand with only 8,000 miles on it at the dealership is a steal. Like, you still have tons of warranty left. I believe this has a 7-year powertrain warranty and a 5-year manufacturer warranty. So you've got 5 and 3 years of warranty still left, which is really nice. Great fuel economy. Let's see what this thing's been averaging. I've been dogging on it since we've been driving it. Let's see. Average miles per gallon is 25.4 with me dogging on it. So I bet you that you could probably get 28, 29 miles per gallon around town if you were being very generous with it. And then probably upwards of like 31, 32 on the highway, which is great. You know, this Acura, you've done a great job. Sunroof works really well. It doesn't open and close with power. It is a manual opener, but it works well, which is good. And you've got the little boost gauge that's right inside of the dash. Semi-digital, semi-manual analog kind of display, which is really cool because more and more cars nowadays are just, everything's digital. And I'm one type of person who really, really enjoys manual displays. Like, analog gauges are so cool. Give me a real dial any day over a bunch of computer screens. And then also, the only thing that I would say about the gauge cluster, I wish that the numbers were a little sharper. Like, the dials are there and they are cool, but they don't have a lot of pizzazz to them. Paddle shifters work great. Like, listen to that. It doesn't feel cheap. They don't feel like they're about to fall off on your hand whenever you pull on them. I don't know. Great steering wheel controls, and the interior seamlessly flows as well. So you've even got this nice little wrist rest, so that if you're using the center console, you can just kind of like very comfortably rest your wrist and do what you need to do. Cornering, it handles phenomenally, and the leather wrapped steering wheel, very, very high quality. Acura, I cannot say anything higher about this car for the price and for the performance, the sound system, everything. Guys, get you a freaking Acura TLX Type S. Not Type S, A-spec. The Type S also has a V6 if you're wanting a little bit more power. Those are probably about 55, 56, I would guess. But if you're looking for a cheap car, not a cheap car, this is not cheap. If you're looking for an inexpensive luxury car, this is a great option. If you guys want to see more interesting luxury car reviews and things like that, please consider subscribing. And I'm going to link down in the description below to another video. What was the car that I mentioned today? I don't know. Check out my video that I did on the M8 a little while ago. It's about the same color as this one. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces. All right, I lied. I wasn't quite finished. I forgot to mention that the center console is huge and it's really nice. It's got a 12-volt power outlet in there. And then also, you also have a nice backup camera that works pretty well. It's pretty much just standard Honda stuff. But you've got a 10-speed transmission, which shifts very, very quickly. It feels a little bit confused in non-sport mode, but you put it into sport mode and it's nice and tight. Thanks for watching.